I am Brenda Flanders with the Utah Sport Karate League, and I am here with Harlow McCleery. She is with Echo Martial Arts. Harlow, how are we doing today?
We're doing good.
Awesome. So we are going to do a competitor highlight on Harlow today. She's been a outstanding supporter of the Utah Sport Karate League. She's an outstanding competitor. She recently competed up at the Western Wyoming Karate Championship. She did an outstanding job. We're going to find out those results here in just a minute. But really quick, let's learn a little bit about Harlow. So Harlow, how many years have you been training?
I think that I've been doing it since I was 5 or 6. So I want to say about 6 or 7 years.
Awesome. Super cool. That's great. And so how many years out of that time have you been competing?
Ooh, I think I started competing around, I want to say 8 or 9. So I want to say about 3, 4 years.
Okay, great. So starting to get a lot of experience under your belts.
Yeah.
And so how often do you train? You've been training for that amount of years. How often do you train? What does your training look like?
Let's see. I train every Tuesday, Thursday, and then probably around every other Saturday. And so I do 2.5 hours on Tuesday, an hour and a half on Thursday, and then I do like 3 to 4 hours on Saturdays.
Solid. 3 to 4 hours on Saturdays. That's awesome. So you're getting quite a bit of training hours per week. That's great.
Yeah.
Takes an awful lot of dedication and training to get up to the level that you're at.
Yeah.
So you train that often. Is it all bell curriculum, or do you do something different to prep for tournaments?
Yeah. So on Saturdays, majority of the time, it's just we focus all on tournament training. Not everyone has practices on Saturdays, but the only people that do are people that do tournament training. So,
I see. Okay, yeah, it does require that extra dedication and that extra time if you wanna reach those goals.
Mm-hmm.
So, who would you say you've worked with Echo Martial Arts all this time? You've gone to tons of competitions. Who would you say inspires you most?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Gabe Johnson. He's like a big brother to me. I've known him for most of my life, and he probably inspires me the most. And it's like I want to be like that guy. So
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's your guys' head instructor over there, correct?
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, he's a great individual. I've known Gabe for quite a while. Definitely a great guy to inspire. That's awesome. So, who would you say is your toughest competitor?
Uh, I'd probably have to go with Cage.
Okay,
Cage Wood, I think is his name.
Cage Wood over at Evolutionary Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the main guys in my like competition or in my event that is my competition.
It's nice to have those guys out there that are tough, that are in your division, because I don't know about you, but for me, it was those guys that put the fire underneath me to try to improve myself and really try to get that next level. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, totally. He's the one that's making me work harder and be like, I have to beat him, you know? He's the one that, yeah, definitely puts the fire to the flame.
Heck yeah. Having that healthy competition, I think, is outstanding and necessary if we want to reach that next level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say, if you had some advice to give to other competitors or up and coming competitors, what would be some advice that you would give?
Honestly, some advice that I would give is use the emotions that you get from those tournaments and turn that into hard work, because majority of the time, like you said, like putting the fire to the flame, when you like go to your first tournament and you don't do so well, you feel really bad, and then you just kind of couldn't get over yourself. That's how I was. I would cry every time that I didn't place good, or if I was like sad or whatever. But then now I've learned to, I guess, use those emotions to turn that into hard work and like continue to keep me pushing myself.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Thanks for mentioning that. I really, I think that's some great advice to those competitors out there. So those of you who are out there watching, make sure that you're taking this information in and bring it back to the dojo and fuel your own flame and raise the bar, raise the level.
Oh yeah.
So what would you say is the most challenging moment you've had at a competition?
Oh, wow,
So many of them, right?
that's tough. Yeah. I'd have to say the first time that I went into an international tournament, it really did it really puts you in your place because you don't know, like you think that you're doing well and then you go to an international tournament and you just don't place at all. That's one of the that was one of my like hardest moments for me. And also I'd have to say probably, I don't know. Honestly, just yeah, getting over my own emotions and like actually putting in the hard work and dedication that you need to keep placing high, I guess.
I love that. I love that. Awesome. All right, let's go on to some of your favorites. So we want to know a little bit about you and some of the favorite things that you like. So what would you say is your most favorite technique or kick?
Ooh, favorite technique or kick?
I know there's so many of them, it's hard to choose, right?
Yeah. We have this one technique. I mean, my favorite form is gonna have to be Black Tiger. That's the one that I compete with.
Awesome.
Favorite kick? Ooh, I love my side kicks and my spinning hooks.
Nice. Nice. I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Side kick is probably one of my favorite kicks out there. That's
Okay.
awesome. That's awesome. What is one of your favorite weapons?
Oh, this is a little biased because this is what I compete with again. Katanas.
Awesome.
I love katanas.
Awesome. So are you doing double katana or are you doing a single?
My traditional weapon is single katana and my contemporary weapon is double katana.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say I thought I seen you out there before with the doubles. So I wanted to clarify there.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite division?
I mean, I love competing in self-defense and kata. I love sparring. I really love all of them. I mean, obviously flag sparring and sword sparring are just fun because they're just like the ones that you get to have fun with, but I don't know, all of them pretty much.
All around competitor, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nice. I like that. Now, what would you say is your favorite tournament that you've gone to?
Oh, I don't know. They're all so great. I don't know. I'd have to say, I mean, I go to Green River every year. It was definitely a new experience for me to go to the California tournament, one of the international tournaments. That was a fun experience. But then again, I also just love my local tournaments that are easy to go to, like the ones in Kaysville, like your guys' tournaments. So yeah, all the way around. I just love competing. I love all tournaments.
Love that. I love that. You got the bug. So you think you're going to be a lifer? You think this is something that you're going to continue doing?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and stay in it as long as I can. I mean, once I get my black belt, I really want to inspire kids how like Gabe inspired me. I mean, I love karate and it has helped me so much in my life that I would love to teach that to others. So
That's so cool. That's so cool. There's I'm glad you mentioned that because a lot of people think that black belt is the all end all of it all. You
like
know,
yeah,
you get that black belt and that's where the achievement stops. And so I love hearing, especially the younger competitors and martial artists mention that, hey, I want to continue on. I want to inspire others. I want to keep doing this because it seems like it's more of a way of life for you. Obviously a sport, but a way of life, something that you can do not just through high school or through college. It can be something that you can do for the rest of your life.
oh yeah. You described it perfectly. It's like a way of life for me now. It's not like, okay, I get my black belt and then I'm done. Like
Yeah.
that's not how I see it. So.
Yeah, that's crazy business. I always tell my students, it's like you get your black belt and you're done. That's like that's like studying for your driver's license test, getting your license, and then never
You're
driving.
not driving, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm happy to hear that that you got plans to continue on and inspire others. In order for us to continue with this community and keep growing strong martial artists and strong individuals, it takes people like you. So that's super awesome. That's great. So let's talk a little bit about Western Wyoming. So what are some of the divisions that you competed in up there?
I competed in flag sparring, sword sparring, traditional kata, traditional weapons, contemporary kata, contemporary weapons, sparring, self-defense, pretty much all of them besides breaking, because I'm not that good at breaking. So
Well, it sounds like you're an outstanding competitor, and I like that you're not just focusing on one particular division, that you're getting your feet wet in all of them. I love that. I love that. You're an outstanding competitor. As you mentioned before, you've come to several of my tournaments, and you're just great to watch. I know you've inspired kids here at my dojo. I love seeing what you do. Every single time you go out there on the floor, you can tell, hey, she's got her game face on. Everybody better watch out, because here she comes. It's you are quite amazing to watch. You do a great job. You're super talented, and you seem like a very sincere, kind young woman, and I just think that that's awesome. I've noticed you cheering on your teammates and other teammates from the sidelines, and I just think that that's awesome. I think really highly of you and your team. I know that we've collaborated on a food donation this last year, and I just can't say enough good things about you and your team. So it's been awesome watching you compete and take on some of these challenges and take some of those wins. And I just think that you're outstanding. That's great. That's great.
thank
So
you.
what would you say is some goals you have for competing?
I mean, obviously some goals I have are like obviously getting like grand champion. Honestly, just overall placing well. Like the main goal that I have and that I've been trying to do in all the tournaments I go to is at least place in all the divisions. Like even if I don't get first, like just try to place from first to third. I mean, that's my main goal. And then and just knowing that I've improved as a person, like I did the best I could do out there, and I put out my like the best, because sometimes I feel like you lose because you didn't actually put in, like you feel like you could, like you go home, you're like, I could have done better. That's the feeling that I'd never want to have. I put on my best. That's what we're going with. So
Right. Yeah. And if you prep and you train and you do everything you can leading up to that, I mean, and then you go out there on the mat and you just leave it all out there. I mean, you got to be able to be proud of yourself walking away from that, you win or lose, as long as you've done your best. I mean, you can't do better than your best, right?
no.
And sounds like you do a lot of preparation, and that's key. And that to walking away with either the win or walking away knowing, hey, I did all I could do. Now I'm going to go back to the dojo. I'm going to see how I can raise the bar and change the outcome, hopefully, for next time. So that's awesome.
Okay.
Well, super solid. You're a solid individual. Those of you who are out there watching, make sure that you guys keep an eye on Harlow. She is up and coming star. She's just incredible competitor. Make sure that you guys stop by the Congo Karate Tournament. I believe she'll be there competing. Check out what she has to offer in those divisions. I'm sure that you'll be inspired by her technique, her character as an individual, and everything that she does out there in the division. She's just outstanding. So that's all we have for you, Harlow. Thank you so much for spending this few minutes of your time with us. I know you're a busy girl with all your training that you got going on, so I appreciate you taking some time to sit down with me and doing this interview.
Oh, of course. I thank you so much for having me. I had an amazing time. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have for this week's competitor highlight. Again, this is Harlow McCleery, and make sure you guys keep an eye on her. She's awesome. Thanks for joining us, everyone.